Sometimes words fail us. Complex emotions like anger, deep sadness, or a sudden wave of anxiety can build up inside, leaving us overwhelmed and lacking a way to express exactly what is wrong. But you don't need a vocabulary to process these feelings. You can safely release that tension through a simple, nonverbal, and highly intuitive artistic process using raw materials. By the end of this exercise, you will arrive here, with a quiet, completed piece of art resting calmly in the sunlight. You will move from internal chaos to physical tranquility. To do this, you need a few basic supplies. Gather some raw charcoal, plain paper, a brush, a cup of water, a sturdy piece of cardboard, glue, a fine-line ink pen, and a lantern or small lamp. Whether you are 5 years old or 105, you are using these materials to externalize internal chaos. Forget about technical skill or artistic rules. The focus is entirely on the movement of feeling onto the page. Step 1 is the emotional scribble. Take your charcoal and press it into the paper. Channel exactly what you are feeling right now directly into your hand, letting the charcoal drag, scrape, and snap. Resisting the urge to draw a specific object or make the page look aesthetically pleasing is critical here. Do not attempt to outline a house, a tree, or a person. Your page should look like these two examples. You are aiming for raw, dark, disorganized scribbles. The messier and more abstract the lines, the better the starting point. Now for step 2, the water wash. Take your brush and dip it into plain water. We are going to physically break down the harshness of the charcoal we just laid down. Notice what happens as the wet brush hits the paper here. The aggressive, solid black lines immediately begin to dissolve and bleed out into soft gray shadows. Work carefully. You want enough water to blur the edges, but if you soak the page completely, the thin paper will tear and fall apart. As you watch the sharp lines melt away, pay attention to the physical shift. By softening the charcoal, you are tangibly diffusing the intensity of your own raw emotions. The anger or anxiety is quite literally washing out. Step 3 establishes the foundation. Carefully apply glue to the back of your damp paper and press it firmly onto your sturdy piece of cardboard. Look at how the cardboard backing immediately changes the presentation. The chaos is now physically stabilized and contained within clean, rigid margins. You must now let the piece dry completely. If you skip this, the ink from your pen in the next step will bleed and ruin the shapes. Once dry, we move to step 4, imaginative characters. Look closely at the abstract gray shapes you have created. Like watching clouds, observe the patterns and actively look for hidden forms. Take your fine line pen. Begin drawing small, playful details directly onto the paper. Stick figures, animal faces, or little creatures climbing over and interacting with the dark charcoal blobs. Here is the standard of detail required. These simple ink lines instantly transform the mood of the work. The heavy, intimidating shapes are now just the landscape for these tiny characters. This action is highly intentional. By adding these precise, playful details, your mind is actively stepping in to regain control, imposing logic and structure over the initial emotional chaos. This brings us to the final step, the display of peace. Pick up your completed cardboard canvas and find a quiet spot in your home or garden. The specific requirement here is light. You need to place your artwork directly next to a lantern, a solar lamp, or a calming light source. Setting it up like this, resting upright against the warm glow of the lamp, maximizes the calming effect, visually signaling the end of the exercise. Look at what you have built. Compare the heavy, dark, aggressive scribbles that opened this exercise to the controlled, imaginative, and light-hearted scenes sitting in front of you now. By physically setting the work down and stepping back, you create a distance from the emotion, allowing a tangible sense of quiet to settle in. This process is completely repeatable. Whenever complex, unspoken emotions begin to resurface, you can always return to these simple materials to map them out. Keep this completed canvas visible. It serves as a physical reminder that disorganized feelings can be given a shape and a place outside of yourself.